So this is ESM 121, Water Science and Management. If you were not planning to take that class and you're here, there are many things that I want to mention today. Yeah, the first thing is welcome to you all. This has been a class that this is the third time that I'm teaching this class. So you're no longer guinea pigs. Well, kind of big. You're going to be a little bit of guinea pigs. Why? Because I change or I alter the content of the class. The other thing is that I usually improve it. The last 2 years I've improved it. This time it's going to be again the same. We're going to go through the syllabus, and it's going to be it is actually quite improved. It has been improved in terms of all the materials that you're going to see here. I mean, I developed. It's going to be a lot of time. Basically, whatever you think as one of your any assignment that you spend 1 hour, I usually spend 2 or 3 hours trying to develop that material. Imagine all the time that I put on this class. This is the only class that I teach, actually. So let's, yeah, I really want to welcome you here. I was thinking, how many of you, I've been giving an introductory class or an introductory talk to ESM people, to ESM majors that come the first day to the orientation. How many of you were 3 years ago here? Here? So have any of you received any, during your orientation, have any of you have heard of me? No? So here, yes. Here, yes. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of coming back to that speech that I give. I do care about education. I do care about your education. I put a lot of work in this. So that's why I put this this class. Okay, so let's start with eating our vegetables, which means let's go to this material and take a look at it. Okay, the first thing here is that we're going to have 2 lectures. The first lecture is going to be, well, they are Monday, Wednesday, 5 to 6. And then you're going to have 1 discussion session. And that kind of changes. Anyone, some of you have signed on for a 9 to 9:50 a.m. Sorry, here is a typo. It's not p.m. 9 to 9:50 a.m. And that is the location. 235 Wellman. Also, some of you have signed for 2:10 to 3, 3:10 to 4. So that's basically some of the discussion sessions. I received. Who was the one that dropped that? Who dropped the tried to change of the discussion session and it went to the waitlist. Okay. And then over here we have another one. So you two need to talk because I think you dropped it and then you went to the waitlist. Yeah. Is that right?
I was trying to swap for the
Yeah. So I mean, the short answer for those of you who are on the wait list, I mean, don't worry. I have no problem grading 5 or 10 more students. When I decided to do this, I decided that I will teach as much students as I can water science and management. So any one of you who is waitlisted, don't worry. You'll be accepted. You change, it will be perhaps a problem of the capacity of the classroom. If the classroom for, let's say, the AO2 or the AO3 has the capacity to 36 or 30, I think they are right now. And some of these ones are 33 and 38. So we'll see if the capacity of that classroom is good enough for that. If not, That will be the only limiting factor. Something that I also want to point out here. We have a very multidisciplinary or from different fields class. Okay, so how many of you, could you raise your hand if you are from the hydrology major? One, raise your hand. Okay, good. Okay, international relations. Okay. Landscape architecture. Good. Civil engineering. Engineering and biological systems. Exercise biology. Okay. Environmental toxicology. Epidemiology and medicine. Community and regional development. We have from HSDG, political sciences, biological sciences, animal sciences, from ESM. Yeah. This class, you're going to see that it's going to be nice. Okay, so now that I talked about the discussion sessions, I'm going to be your professor. My office is just downstairs, 135. The office hours are Wednesdays, noon to 1:30. If that doesn't suit you, you can always send me an email and we can find out the time to talk. I mean, that is never a problem. I'm not going to be here on May 6th and May 20th, which is some of the office hours. So just be aware if you want to have, or if you want to talk, please come to office hours. Actually, I mean, I will not find anyone. Okay, now in terms of the teaching assistant, we have two teaching assistants. One is Denise Bell. She's going to be giving most of the discussion sessions. And then we have Google. Google, raise your hand. If you receive any bad grades, bring her. No, but we're going to be taking care of you. There is something here that is missing, and that is okay. In this part, we should also add Monday, noon to 1:30 p.m. It will be Thursday, 12 to 2 p.m. And then here, you need to add Monday, okay. What else? Okay, materials. Materials will be posted on the Class Smart site. So I've already posted the syllabus, and there are already, actually I have already posted one or two presentations, but I will post them. Usually when I give a presentation, you're going to see that I write many things on the presentation. So, I mean, you can print it out, or you can just wait and I will upload the presentations that have my notes on the slide. So that is also not a problem. What else? Okay, now in terms of the materials, Okay, there is one book that I recommend you to buy. That actually I want you to buy it. The name of that book is Rivers for Life, and that is by Postel and Richter. That is a $25, sometimes $28 book, and that is the only book that you have to buy for this class. Um, the class that I'm gonna teach you is more in terms of, okay, you're gonna see the classical agricultural, urban, environmental, water, well, agricultural, urban, and then some of the business as usual methods. The one that I think is not gonna be missing, but is not as simple as you may think, is environmental water management. So for environmental water management, that's what I want you to buy that book. Okay? The rest of the things we're going to cover on class. This one will be more related to environmental water management. What else? There is another one that is Managing California, and this book is already on the smart side. So that is a PDF, and yeah, you already have it on the smart side. There is going to be another 2 more lectures. One is a DWR report for groundwater management and the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. That is already also in the smart site. And there is another one that is related to problems with nitrate in drinking water. And that is another report that is already on the smart site. The other thing is that you're going to be using Excel. And you're going to be using Excel a lot. So I'm not asking you for any fancy or expensive book, but I do ask you to get your license or to get Excel as a software. So please get Excel in your laptops. Please get in whatever computer that you're going to use for this class, and make sure that Excel is working in there. That is the first thing, that you have an admin account that you can actually install and uninstall software from the computer that you're going to be using. And for those of you who have a Mac, how many of you have a Mac? Okay, guys, I strongly encourage you to install Bootcamp or to create a partition of your drive to install Windows. I mean, it's going to be good for you, really. I'm not asking for any other expenses. Please pay for your bootcamp. I think it costs $70 or less. Go to the UC Davis computer store, and they will do it for you. Okay? But really do it, because once you have Windows on your computer, you will be able to have access to 2 of the softwares that it will be very beneficial for you. That's something that I'm really asking you, and it will make less troubles for Google, Belize, and I. You know, we enjoy computers, but Mac sometimes give us a hard time. So what else? Okay, now let's go to this part. Okay, you're gonna have to do 8 exercises. Pretty much is 1 per week. And you're going to have to do 7 readings. Now, how do I know that you read what I asked you? I'm going to give you a quiz. Sorry, I trust you, but sometimes I don't even trust myself, so I just make sure that I do stuff right. So you're going to have quizzes. That's how I will make sure that you read the materials. What else? The exercises. Okay, now this is something that perhaps some of you who have taken this class before have seen or have heard about it. The exercises are very lengthy. Please expect to do each of the exercises that I'm telling you. It will take you between 2 hours to 3 hours. So, yeah, and these are not like you just have to submit your assignment and you want to do it. Um, I'm working on developing videos so you can see actually how I do the exercises. The point or my main objective for that is that you're going to know how to do all these different procedures. I'm going to teach you how to do all these processes. I really, I mean, I don't want to, I don't think it's losing time, but I want to share with you how I do things. I've learned a lot of things that I learned how to use some of the computers or some of the processes is because I sit with a person. I see how he or she is doing it. And when I see that, I'm like, oh, look, it was this easy. So that's what I'm trying to develop these videos. You're going to be able to see the videos. And so technically, there should not be any problem for you to doing these exercises. Really, it's not going to be a problem like, oh, I didn't know how to do this. You're going to see it on the video. What I will ask you from the exercises are more, if not philosophical, more challenging questions. I really don't want you at the end of this class that you know how to use Excel. That's not the main objective of this class. What I want you is to be critical about the things that you're doing. I don't want you to kind of have all this struggle trying to figure out how to do things in Excel. I want you that at the end of the class, at the end of each exercise, you say, oh, look, why did I bother to do this 3-hour exercise here? What was it good for? Was I able to estimate water demand? Was I able to estimate water supply? Was I able to develop a specific a process? That's what I really want you to tell me. That's why that's what the TAs are going to be asking. We're not going to be, I mean, you're going to get the answer. That's fine. I want you to be critical. That's the main objective here. Because of all this work, it's going to be 40%. 40% of your assignment, 40% of your grade is on the exercise and readings. That is a lot of in terms of that. I prefer that you work hard during the course and at the end get a good grade than actually just making you struggle in 2 exams, flip a coin and see if you get a good result or not. The term project, this is going to be interesting. So I also want to make sure that you not only know how to follow the things that I do on a video. I want you to get your own data and use some of the techniques that you have learned in this class. Let me see if I can. So there have been many So there has been many projects that other students have done in previous classes, and I will update the ones that are that are from the previous year. But basically, I want that you know how some of the techniques or the processes that I will teach you. I want you to apply it on your own in a specific setting. You will have to get into groups of 3 to 4 people. So that's what I want. You will have to work in a specific term project. Take a look at the ones that are already there. I will upload the ones that are from the previous class. And then start looking for 3 or 4 people that you want to work with. That's going to be it. Okay, for that, you will have to submit what is your main idea, what you really want, what is an idea, what is a project that you want to work on for April 16th, then a midterm report. Don't worry, I will give you the drafts, the templates of this midterm report. So you already know, have an outline, what are the things that you have to write in it, an executive summary, and then you will have to submit a final report. So it will be an 8-page final report. Yes, you will have to write 8 pages. Exams, so that will be 30% of your grade. Then we're going to have 2 exams, and basically those 2 exams will be 50% the first one, 50% the second one. The first one will be only half, the first half of the class. The second, and the final exam will be of the second half of the class, so it's not cumulative. Something that is important here and that you have to write this down. You are allowed to bring 1 letter size cheat sheet, but it must be handwritten. For each exam, you can bring you can bring the one for the final exam, the one for the midterm exam, but you're allowed for 1 cheat sheet. It has to be handwritten. What else? So this is so in 2002, this is out of, I think I had 48 or 40 something, 45 students. So this is how many get an A plus, A, B, B plus. This is for the 2003. So this is how it gets. It's I usually, from experience, in the last two times that I teach this class, some students asked me for a recommendation letter, and I wrote it. This time I will only write recommendations letters to the ones that are in the top quartile. So anyone who is above the 25th percentile, I will write a recommendation letter. The ones that are below that, I will not. The quarter that gets the best grades, that is the only one. What I'm trying to tell you with these numbers is that I outline this class. So if you work hard during your course, you will get a good grade. If you do a good term report, you will get a good grade. The exams, they're not going to be easy. It's in this case, I'm really turning the grade mostly on you. I have no problem in giving A's or A pluses or B or B pluses. Work hard. That's here is the point. If you work hard during the class, you'll get a good grade. The other thing that I want you to show. No, this sounds kind of like a commercial. These are some of the course evaluations. I don't think this conscious was helpful. These were with exams were long, little time. I thought some was realistic and enthusiastic. So So those are kind of the short evaluation. Um, and that is something important here. Um, I mean, I know that at this point you are my student, and there is no point in telling you that I will not treat you as a student. We are, but I also want to treat you as a person and as a future colleague. What that means is that I mean, I really will provide you respectful with you and try to teach you. I expect the same. Um, yeah, and this is, let me, okay, note, any specific or suggest to improve the course? Homeworks were time consuming but helpful. Yeah, sorry. I thought the accessibility of the TA was useful. Have shorter exams. The homework assignment were really useful, but sometimes the wording made it confusing. Okay, I'll work on that. The reading quizzes were useful in keeping up with the reading. The homeworks where I felt too long sometimes. Sorry. Yeah, really, in that part, I really want you to. I mean, there is no other way for me to teach you some of these things. By the end of the class, something that I really want is that you will know how to develop a water plan. For developing a water plan, there is no shortcut. Really, you just have to do things right. So, going back to this, okay, I will speed this up. Where was I here? Okay, now you're going to see that we have 10 different weeks. So the first one is Hydrology 101. The second one is Water in California. The third one relates to water bodies. So we're going to say water supply, water demand. The fourth one is going to be water resources modeling, and we will start with simulation. Then, on this point, we are going to need some help of a different software. Later, we're going to use principles of optimization, and we'll go back to Excel. The sixth one is going to be environmental water resources management. We're going to use a software that is called IHA, and so that's going to be also something interesting. Then we're going to switch to cost-benefit analysis. Sorry, when people say that it's not about money, it's about money. In this case, sometimes people say that the politicians say, well, let's see if this has a really cost benefit, or if it will provide social benefits. Well, this is when we're going to estimate those in numbers. Then we're going to do a little bit of risk analysis, probability. Then we're going to be doing your third project presentation. We're going to have, let me see how many groups we have. So it will be something between 5 to 8 minutes per group to present what you have done. I want you to be able to stand up, be in front of a person, of an audience, and present what you have done in 3 months, to do it only in 8 minutes. And to make it concise enough so you can actually so the people that is listening can, if not make a decision, can see the value of what you have done. What else do we have here? Okay, so those are the readings. Again, the first, okay. Now, as you can see, it's a very well-rounded class. For the readings, the first 3 readings are the history of water in California. The readings, what I try to do with the readings is that on a Saturday or Sunday morning, you pour a cup of coffee, when you open these books, open these assignments, start reading it in the morning, you're going to see it's the story of water in California. It's going to be fun. Then Rivers for Life, and I do also the coffee or tea, whatever makes you awake. Rivers for Life, it's about the groundwater sustainability program. Yeah, for that one, really strong coffee. Not gonna be. Yeah, that is BWR's way of writing. So. Then Harder, oh, Thomas Harder. Yeah, that's a good report. Then, well, you see all the assignments, population and water demand. Then water demand, conservation and efficiency. Then how to develop water budgets. And how to do simulation modeling, optimization modeling, flow regime analysis, cost benefit analysis, and expected monetary value. As you can see, this is an introductory class of water management. Each of these topics is an special field in water management. You can devote your life to each of these topics. What you're going to see is to learn how the next time that you are in front of a person that is developing a water plant, you will exactly know where those numbers come from. How do they derive it? You will you will know what they mean, and you will know how to calculate it. That's the purpose of this. Then you're gonna have guest speakers. So Thomas Carter is coming. Thomas Carter, he's a cooperative extension specialist like me. He will talk to you about groundwater management and the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. He has done a lot of policy. He works with the representative house, with the senators. He's a good guy in terms of policy. So if you want to know how a scientist can interact with the policy, this is going to be Lisa Moretti. So Lisa, she works for UC Davis in the stormwater management, and she's not an academic. She actually operates the stormwater management at UC Davis. She has given 2 or 3 internships to previous ESM students. Basically, helping her from designing low impact development projects to see what is the storm runoff that will come in a specific place. Anyway, that's going to be fun. Crystal, she works in the Delta Conservancy, in the Sacramento San Joaquin Delta Conservancy. There is no talk about water in California if at some point you talked about the Delta. It has been always a problem. Let's say job security for many people, the Delta. So you're going to see what the Delta is, what are the problems there. Nicholas Debsky. He's a former HYD student. He was an HYD major, a hydrology major here. 2 years ago, now he works at a consulting firm in downtown. The software that you're going to be using, he works for the company that actually develops this software. So that's going to be nice. Then Randy Dalry. He's actually the only, Eleanor, she works for the State Water Resources Control Board, water permitting. Randy Dalry, he's the only academic, he's the only professor that I invited. So he does a lot of applied research. You're going to find him out very interesting. Then I'll invite a panel of former ESM students. Some of them, they just graduated a year ago. Some of them graduated 2 years ago. You're going to listen from people that were in the place that you are 1 or 2 years ago and see what is their experience out there. And finally, Lisa Thompson. She's a fish biologist, and she directs the scientist group for the Sacramento sanitation system. So as you can see, we have an agenda full. I told you I put a lot of work, and you're going to do the same. But at the end, you're going to be happy. Something that I promise you is that at the end, you're going to learn a lot, and you will realize that there is so much to learn. I mean, that's going to be at the end the message here. Again, and this is just coming back from when I started, how I started. You know, I'm pretty sure that you have heard, perhaps, I don't know, someone in your family or your friends or, I don't know, someone else that kind of complain about the education system, education in the US. Um, I take that seriously. That's my business. It's part of what I do. Um, this class, you're going to learn the basic concepts. In this class, you're going to know how to do, I'm going to teach you pretty much in a video. You're going to see how the numbers are done. That's not going to be a problem. I'm going to bring people that actually work in the things that I'm teaching you. You're going to read very interesting contemporary issues of water management in California. This is a class that when I was thinking of it 2 or 3 years ago, that was something that I really would want to, that someone have taught to me, that someone give it to me. That's the outline of this. In this one, I dare you to take this class. This has been now 3 years. Believe me, the last class was 48 students, 45 students. I didn't have any necessity to increase it to 90. What that means to me is double the work, because I'm going to grade your exams, I'm going to read your reports, I'm going to read your abstracts. To me, it's double work. But as I mentioned before to you, I really want that everyone, as many students as I can, will learn about water management. So that's what I was trying to tell you. Now it's your decision. So before we go, we still have 5 minutes. Well, before I move on, any questions? Next class, something that I forget. Next class, I'm gonna read some data. So I'll try to memorize the name. It's gonna be fun. Oh, the other thing is that, I mean, you can call me Professor Sam, Professor Sandoval. If you call me Sam, there is not going to be any problem. Okay? Any other question? Question?
For the final, it says 2 times, which is the right one.
It's June 11.
Which is like in the beginning it says 10:30 to 12:30, but then it's like,
Yeah, now it's at 6 p.m. Yeah, just make sure that it is at 6 p.m. Yeah. I was actually planning to send you a Google Calendar invitation so you have all of that in your calendar. I'll see if I'll do that. Anything else? No? Okay, before we go, okay, you have just the right time to do this. So I'm going to start talking to you about water management without actually talking about water management. Okay, so I need a volunteer. I need a victim. I mean, really, it's the first class. I need a victim. Okay, let me go there. Okay, what is your name? Jay? Okay, Jay. Okay, in the next 3 months, you have to make them. Okay? You have to choose between option 1, 2, and 3. Option 1, I mean, you have to make a decision. There is no way that you cannot do this. Okay? So you need to choose between these 3 options. The first one is travel to Paris 8 days, all inclusive. The second one is go to a conference in LA, and it's going to be a conference. I mean, that's a business trip. The third one is to go to a different conference and that will be an academic trip. That will be. Okay. Okay. Is there something missing here? No? What? Cost. Okay, do we need a little bit more information, or should we just like, yeah, it's what, well, I know. Yeah, you do that. I think we need a little bit more of information. Okay, Jake, now let me give you a little bit more information. Okay. So in option 1, it's going to be on the week of the 26th to April 3rd. Okay, the first thing, and this is the most important thing, is your midterm exam. So that's the most important thing you heard. No, one of the important things is that this travel, you're going to this travel, you know, and you have a girlfriend, it's thing that you have a girlfriend. You're going to this trip without your girlfriend, but your ex is going to be there. Now, the second one, option number 2, I mean, it's in that week, but you will miss also regular classes. You will have to ask me, well, you can be absent on those days. And the option 3 is the same. So what would you do right now? Are you still choosing number 1?
I think I might change it to 3.
Okay. Okay, now we have number 3. And what are we missing? Okay, yeah. When we say that it's not about the money, it's because it's about the money. This is how much. Let's say that the first one is 3,000, the second one is 4.5, the third one 3.5. It's still 3, 1, 2.
It's all about the money.
Okay. 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 Good. What are the benefits? I mean, the benefits to go to Paris, maybe just to get to know Paris. Yeah, why not? Option number 2 will be to get a potential job. And when you're getting this job, you can actually end it up by the end of this quarter, or you finish your major with 3.5K a month. The third one, yeah, you may get a scholarship, and then with this scholarship, have a short period or a long period, doing your graduate studies, and then get a higher salary. So at this point, I need to ask you, which one would you choose? Your final decision is?
I gotta say,
Okay.
good job.
Okay, good. So what we were thinking here is just one scenario. The first scenario is that, I mean, we have that Jay has all the money to actually pay for those 3 different options. But what if he only has 3,000? I mean, there is actually, even though you have these 3 options, there is just a single decision. He just has to choose to go to Paris, so poor of him. But if he has 3 and then 2K of financing, I mean, we can still assess these 3 options. So the first one is related to the necessities, what is the time. So you can relate those necessities to, are we thinking in water supply, are we thinking in flood control, are we thinking in water quality? What are the options that we have on those? The time, is there any political time? Are there any issues that we have to solve? The cost of the projects, the benefits. Do we want to increase water supply reliability, reduce flood risk, improve water quality? how much water is available. So actually, you're gonna see that this has what we probably create. It has actually a mathematical solution. It does have a mathematical solution. We can actually come up with the numbers. Actually, the last class, once you know risk analysis, I will tell you what is the answer for that. We're gonna have a fun. Now, sorry. See you next Wednesday.